Hi guys, Nicola from M2 Biome here. We're joining Jessica Pieterse, registered dietitian from DNA Analysis, to review my DNA resilience panel. And basically, this is how I adapt to stress, pressure, and my overall resilience. So Jess is going to take us through 4 different sections, and today we're going to start with neuropeptide Y. Over to you, Jess.
Thanks, Nicola. So for this section, for your neuropeptide Y, your result was ranked as low, meaning that there's an overall low resilience there. So the first thing that comes up is there is some positives to the results that you have, where if you are under a lot of stress, generally you shouldn't be craving a lot of unhealthy foods. Have you found that the case when you've been under a lot of pressure?
I would say at times I can be under a lot of pressure.
And would you say then you kind of crave a lot of unhealthy foods and binge on a lot of stuff when you're under that stress?
Absolutely not. I find when I'm stressed, my appetite is turned off entirely, not interested in eating pretty much.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So then that definitely aligns with what your genetics says. And then that makes sense with the results that you have. Unfortunately, there is some other feedback that we get from your results that indicates that based on your results, if you're under a lot of stress and high pressure, you are more likely to have some anxiety, depression, and even potentially even some physical pain. So what we would then recommend for you to do to try and negate some of those impacts is the first one is to try and lower your animal protein intake. And the second would be to pivot off intermittent fasting. So that can be a huge topic and quite confusing to know actually how do you follow intermittent fasting. What we would recommend is just an overnight extended fast. So every time when you go to sleep, everyone is always fasting because we're not really eating while we're sleeping, but extending that means eating dinner a little bit earlier and eating breakfast just a little bit later. And that way you are then benefiting from some of that intermittent fasting benefits.